Why humility can actually hurt your confidence. Shocking truth. When being too humble silently breaks you. Many people are taught one simple rule. Be humble. Do not talk too much about yourself. Do not show off. Do not say you are good. This advice sounds wise. It sounds kind. It sounds safe. But here is the shocking truth. Too much humility can quietly destroy your confidence. Not all at once, not loudly, but slowly, day by day. This is not about becoming arrogant. This is not about looking down on others. This is about something deeper. This is about how you see yourself and how the world learns how to see you. The lesson we learned too early. From childhood, many of us hear the same words. Do not brag. Stay low. Let others praise you. At school, quiet students are called polite. Loud students are called confident. At home, we are praised for obedience, not for self-belief. So we learn a habit. We shrink ourselves. We learn to hide our wins. We learn to soften our words. We say, I'm not that good, even when we are. At first, it feels right. It feels respectful. It feels humble. But over time, something strange happens. We stop seeing our own value. Not because it is gone, but because we never look at it. Humility turns into silence. There's a big difference between humility and silence. Healthy humility says, I know my strengths. I know my limits. I'm still learning. But unhealthy humility says, I am not important. My work does not matter. My voice should stay quiet. This kind of humility does not make you kind. It makes you invisible. When you never speak about your strengths, people assume you have none. When you never share your ideas, people stop asking. Not because they are cruel, but because they do not know. Confidence is not loud, but it is visible, and silence hides everything. Confidence is not arrogance. Many beginners believe one lie. Confidence equals arrogance. This lie is dangerous. Confidence is not shouting. Confidence is not showing off. Confidence is not proving others wrong. Confidence is clarity. It is knowing what you can do. It is trusting yourself. It is standing straight inside your own mind. Arrogance says, I am better than you. Confidence says, I know my worth. When you confuse these two, you choose fear over growth. You stay small to stay safe. But safety is not the same as growth. The quiet damage inside your mind. Every time you hide your success, your brain learns something. It learns that success should be hidden. Every time you say, I was just lucky, your brain believes it. Every time you downplay your effort, your confidence weakens. This creates a pattern. You stop trusting your own ability. You wait for permission. You doubt your choices. You start asking others to confirm your value. And when they do not, you feel lost. Confidence grows from acknowledgement, not only from others, but from yourself. When you refuse to acknowledge your own growth, confidence has no place to stand. Why opportunities pass you by. The world does not reward hidden potential. The world rewards visible value. This may sound unfair, but it is real. Jobs go to those who speak clearly about their skills. Leaders are chosen from those who show direction. Opportunities move toward clarity, not silence. If you never say what you can do, people assume you cannot do much. They do not see your long nights. They do not see your effort. They only see what you show. Humility that hides everything becomes a wall between you and your future. You start living smaller than you are. The most painful effect of too much humility is internal. You stop dreaming big because dreaming big feels wrong. You stop aiming higher because it feels selfish. You start adjusting your goals to match how others see you, not how you truly are. Slowly, you become a smaller version of yourself, not because you lack ability, but because you lack permission. And the sad truth is this: no one else will give you that permission. You must give it to yourself. Confidence is a skill, not a personality. Many people think confidence is something you are born with. This is false. Confidence is built like a muscle. It grows when you use it. It weakens when you hide it. If you practice shrinking, you get better at shrinking. If you practice owning your value, confidence grows naturally. This has nothing to do with ego. It has everything to do with honesty. Honesty about your effort. Honesty about your progress. Honesty about your strengths. Denying your growth is not humility. It is self-neglect. The fear behind excessive humility. Why do people stay overly humble? Because they are afraid. Afraid of judgment. Afraid of rejection. Afraid of being disliked. They think confidence will push people away, so they choose silence. But silence does not protect you. It only delays pain. True connection comes from authenticity, not from hiding. People respect clarity. They trust grounded confidence. They feel safe around someone who knows who they are. You can be humble and strong. This is important. Humility is not the enemy. Lack of self-respect is. You can stay kind and still speak clearly. You can stay grounded and still own your value. You can learn and still lead. Real humility says, I respect myself and others. False humility says, I disappear so others feel comfortable. One builds confidence, the other destroys it. A new definition of humility. Healthy humility looks like this. You acknowledge your effort. You accept praise without shame. You speak about your skills without apology. You know you are not perfect, but you also know you are capable. You do not need to prove anything, but you do not hide anything either. This balance is powerful. This balance is rare. And this balance changes everything. What this means for you. If you feel stuck, if you feel invisible, if you feel unsure of your worth, it may not be because you lack talent. It may be because you have been too humble for too long. You were taught to shrink. Now you must learn to stand. Not above others, but fully inside yourself. Part 2. How society trains you to stay small and how to break free. From the moment you enter the world, society starts shaping you. Not loudly, not directly, but constantly. It teaches you what is acceptable, what is praised, what is punished. And one message appears again and again. Do not stand out too much. This message hides behind beautiful words, politeness, modesty, humility, but underneath there is fear. Fear of difference, fear of confidence, fear of people who know their value. The social reward system. Society rewards certain behaviors. Quiet people are called well-mannered. Obedient people are called good. Agreeable people are called easy to work with. Confident people are often called difficult. Direct people are called rude. Self-assured people are labeled arrogant. Over time, you learn a rule. If you want acceptance,
stay small. So you adapt. You speak less. You question yourself more. You wait for approval. Not because you are weak, but because you want to belong. Why confidence makes people uncomfortable. Confidence is a mirror. When someone stands firmly in who they are, it reflects something back to others. It reflects insecurity. It reflects doubt. It reflects fear. This is why confidence is often attacked, not because it is wrong, but because it reminds others of what they avoid. So, society learns to soften confidence, to rename it, to control it. And humility becomes a tool, not a value, a control system.
The workplace trap. In school, humility keeps you safe. In work, it can keep you stuck. Many workplaces say they value teamwork, but promotions often go to visibility. The hardest worker is not always chosen. The clearest communicator is. If you never talk about your contributions, no one records them. If you never show leadership, no one sees it. This is not about manipulation. This is about presence. Your work needs a voice, or it disappears. The silent comparison game. Social media has changed everything. You see confidence everywhere, but you only see the results. You see people sharing success. You do not see their doubt. So you compare silently. You feel behind. You feel smaller. But instead of speaking up, you shrink more. This creates a cycle. You stay quiet. Others get louder. You feel invisible. Not because you were less capable, but because you were less visible. The price of seeking approval. When humility is driven by fear, it turns into approval seeking. You measure yourself by reactions. You wait for praise. You fear criticism. This gives your power away. Confidence cannot grow in borrowed space. It must come from inside. As long as you depend on others to define you, your self-belief stays fragile. Breaking the pattern starts with awareness. You cannot change what you do not see. The first step is noticing your habits. Do you minimize your achievements? Do you apologize for your opinions? Do you avoid talking about your goals? These are not personality traits. They are learned behaviors. And what is learned can be unlearned. Redefining what it means to be good. Being good does not mean being silent. Being kind does not mean being invisible. You can be respectful and clear. You can be calm and confident. Strength and kindness are not enemies. They work best together. Learning to speak without apology. This is not about talking more. It is about talking honestly. Instead of saying, "I was just lucky," say, "I worked hard for this." Instead of saying, "I'm not sure, but maybe," say, "This is my view." These small changes reshape your identity. Confidence grows in action. You don't wait for confidence. You act and confidence follows. Every time you speak clearly, confidence grows. Every time you set a boundary, confidence grows. Every time you own your effort, confidence grows. This is how self-trust is built, not in thought, in action. Why standing tall feels uncomfortable at first. When you stop shrinking, it feels wrong, because it is unfamiliar. Your nervous system is used to hiding. Visibility feels dangerous, but discomfort is not a warning. It is a signal of growth. The feeling passes. The confidence stays. You are not betraying your values. Many people fear one thing. If I become confident, I will change. But confidence does not change who you are. It reveals who you are. You do not lose humility. You lose fear. Choosing yourself is not selfish.
Society often confuses self-respect with selfishness. But when you choose yourself, you become stronger, and strong people help others better. You cannot pour from an empty place. You cannot lead while hiding. A quiet revolution. This shift does not need applause. It does not need validation. It begins inside. With one decision, I will stop pretending I am smaller than I am. This decision changes how you walk, how you speak, how you choose. And slowly, the world responds differently. Part 3. How to own your greatness without losing your humility. Now you know the truth. Too much humility can weaken confidence. Not because humility is bad, but because fear often hides inside it. The question now is simple. How do you become confident without becoming arrogant? This part gives you the answer, step by step, calm, clear, real. The foundation of real confidence. Real confidence is not performance, it is alignment. It means your thoughts, words, and actions match. When you hide your strengths, there is conflict inside. When you exaggerate them, there is conflict too. Confidence lives in truth. You do not need to add anything. You do not need to remove anything. You only need to be honest. Start by owning your effort. You may doubt your talent, but effort is undeniable. You showed up. You practiced. You tried again. Say it clearly. I worked hard for this. This sentence builds confidence fast. It connects you to reality, not ego, not fantasy. Reality is strong. Accepting praise without defending yourself. When someone says, "Good job," do not explain it away. Do not reject it. Say, "Thank you," nothing more. This small act retrains your nervous system. It teaches you that visibility is safe. Praise does not make you arrogant. Rejecting it makes you disconnected. Speak about yourself like a witness. This is a powerful shift. Do not describe yourself like a judge. Describe yourself like a witness. A judge exaggerates or attacks. A witness observes. Instead of saying, "I am amazing," say, "I have improved a lot." Instead of saying, "I am terrible," say, "I am learning." This language builds stable confidence, not fragile ego. Build confidence through small truths. You do not need big statements. You need small, honest ones. Today I showed up. Today I tried. Today I spoke clearly. Confidence grows from accumulation, not from one big moment. Set boundaries without explaining yourself. Over-humility often says yes too much. Confidence says yes with intention. You do not owe long explanations. "No, I cannot do that," is enough. Boundaries protect energy. Energy builds confidence. Let results speak without hiding them. You do not need to brag, but you should not hide results either. If you achieved something, say it clearly, calmly. I completed this project. I reached this goal. Facts are not arrogance. They are information. Detach confidence from approval. This is a turning point. If confidence needs applause, it is unstable. If confidence comes from self-trust, it lasts. Ask yourself daily, did I act in alignment today? Not, did they like me? Approval fades. Self-respect stays. Stay curious, not defensive. Arrogance defends. Confidence learns. When you receive feedback, listen, not to protect your image, but to improve your reality.
This keeps humility alive, the healthy kind. Confidence feels quiet inside. True confidence does not rush. It does not prove. It does not shout. It feels steady. You stop comparing. You stop explaining. You stop shrinking. You simply stand. The identity shift. You are no longer someone trying to be confident. You are someone practicing honesty. Honesty with your effort. Honesty with your limits. Honesty with your growth. This identity is strong and flexible. You will lose some comfort. Not everyone will like the new you, and that is okay. Some people preferred your silence because it made them comfortable. Growth changes dynamics. This is natural. What you gain is greater. You gain clarity. You gain respect. You gain inner peace. You stop living in apology. You start living in alignment. A daily practice for confidence and humility. Each day, ask yourself 3 questions. What did I do well today? What did I learn today? Where can I be more honest tomorrow? Answer simply, without judgment. You were never meant to disappear. You were not born to hide. You were born to contribute. Your voice matters. Your effort matters. Your presence matters. Humility should support this, not erase it. The final truth. Confidence is not about being more. It is about being real. Humility is not about being less. It is about staying grounded. When these two work together, you become powerful. Not loud, not arrogant, just real. Your next step. Stand a little taller. Speak a little clearer. Own your effort. No drama, no apology. Just truth.
If this message hit you, then don't just watch and leave. Like this video, share it to someone who needs this wake-up, and subscribe to this channel. Study yourself 1 hour a day. We are building a different breed here, a new generation of doers, people who don't wait for permission, people who build themselves daily, people who compound quietly and become untouchable over time. Hit subscribe, join the movement. 1 hour a day, every day. And in 1 year, your future self will not recognize you anymore. Let's grow. Let's execute. Let's dominate our own potential. Subscribe now and start becoming the person nobody can compete with.